Good morning this Thursday, the 29th of September. I'm Grady Wolf, a market analyst with Bell Direct. Well, the Australian market reversed early gains on Wednesday to close the midweek session 0.5% lower, as investor concerns over the RBA further tightening Australia's monetary policy were enhanced after stronger than expected retail sales were reported for August, up 0.6% to $34.88 billion. The higher than expected retail sales supports the case for the RBA to raise interest rates by another 0.5% at the next meeting on Tuesday. Tech stocks took the biggest hit on Tuesday, declining by 1.6%, while utilities rose almost 2%. The winning stocks for the midweek session were Coronado Global Resources, which added 5.9%, while Ramelius Resources jumped 5.4%, and Whitehaven Coal extended its rally, adding another 3.9%. On the losing front of the market, Telix Pharmaceuticals plunged 15.4% yesterday after the biopharmaceutical company announced a big blow to its global expansion, with the company withdrawing its market authorisation application for its Illucix drug in Europe, based on regulators requesting additional chemistry, manufacturing and control data, which Telix says cannot be delivered within the prescribed review timeframe. Investors also sold out of Core Lithium shares yesterday, as some investors may be taking profit from the company's surge of 175% over the last year. Imugene rounded out the bottom three stocks for Wednesday, ending the day down 5.3%. The most traded stocks by Bell Direct clients yesterday were Beta Shares geared Australian equity hedge fund, Silver Lake Resources and South32. Overseas, it was a positive day across most major markets following a move by the Bank of England to put a floor on UK assets overnight. The BOE is stepping in to buy £65 billion of sterling bonds to stabilise the UK bond market, with investors confident that the UK government can pay back their debt after the new government's tax cut promise triggered the biggest sell-off in decades. The FTSE 100 ended the midweek session up 0.3%. Over in New York, the three key indices posted strong gains on Wednesday amid the recovery in the British pound, while retail investors remain interested in Apple and Tesla shares. The Nasdaq posted the greatest gain of 2.05% on Wednesday, while every sector of the S&P 500 closed higher, with the index adding 1.97% and the Dow Jones rallied 1.88%. Germany's DAX and the French CAC also followed suit, each adding 0.36% and 0.19% respectively. The European Union is proposing a new set of sanctions against Russia. The package would affect €7 billion of Russian exports and would ban the sale of new technologies to Russia. They'd also start paving the way for an international price cap on Russian oil. Commodities have sharply rebounded overnight following the European Union's proposed new sanctions on Russia, with the price of crude oil rocketing 4.31%, while Brent is up 3.21% at $89 a barrel. Natural gas is up 3.31%, and gold is up almost 2% at $1,660.5 an ounce. Ahead of the local trading session today, ASX futures are anticipating the market to bounce back from its red close on Wednesday to trade sharply higher by 1.52% at the opening bell today, amid boosted sentiment around the world. The stocks trading ex-dividend today are Link Administration Holdings, Sigma Healthcare and Energy One, which could be a good opportunity to buy in if you've been thinking about these stocks, as stocks going ex-dividend generally trade lower on the ex-dividend date. On the economic data front today, there's no local economic data news released. However, investors will be awaiting the release of US initial weekly jobless claims to gain insight into just how tight America's labour market is. A number of Fed officials will also deliver speeches today in America, which could sway investors' sentiment and decisions on Thursday in the US, pending just how hawkish the comments are toward further interest rate hikes. And now let's dive into some trading ideas for your consideration today. Trading Central has identified a bullish signal on Medibank Private following the formation of a pattern over a 276-day period, which is roughly the amount of time at which the share price may rise from the close of $3.49 per share to the range of $4.20 to $4.35, according to standard principles of technical analysis. And Trading Central has also identified a bearish signal on Viva Energy, following the formation of a pattern over a 70-day period, which is roughly the same amount of time the share price may fall from the close of $2.50 to the range of $1.98 to $2.08, according to standard principles of technical analysis. And that's all for this morning. I'm Grady Wolf with Bell Direct. Have a wonderful trading day, and as always, happy investing.